going to start our fourth and final module this morning. I'm very excited because this is a module that all the modules are important, okay, but this particular one, because it's the first basic skill that one must acquire in order to succeed in this business. Remember we were saying, I was mentioning during the earlier modules that the only real skills that you need in this business are how to make a presentation, how to answer objections, okay, and how to build and support your organization. Okay, so this is considered one of those three basic skills. Okay, and one thing I must assure everybody is that it's not a skill that's very difficult. Okay, it's difficult at first, like any task. It's like a child learning how to walk. It's difficult at first, but as long as you're doing it every day, and actually that's the key, repetition. Okay, once you just start doing it, every day, or every week, it becomes second nature already to everyone. Okay, so please don't be intimidated that this is something that you have to study years to be able to master. Okay, especially today with all the guides that you have. Okay, what you call this, the manuals, the leaders that you have to follow. Okay, actually presenting is very, very easy. Now, as I discussed also in the earlier modules, it's our opinion, not just ours, but the opinion of many, that the one-on-one presentation or the small group presentation, okay, is the most effective, is the best way. So when we say how to make an effective presentation, please don't think that what we're talking about is standing up in front of a group of 1,000 people. Okay, we're talking about making an effective presentation, okay, to sit with your relative or your friend or a colleague, okay, and present to them the business in an effective way so they see the feasibility, okay, if they spend their time in this business. Okay, now of course, you start one-on-one, then pretty soon the one that you invited will invite 2 or 3 people, then you start presenting to them. The groups will get bigger. Okay, so don't worry, don't get intimidated. This is not something where you have to be, one of these expert public speakers to do. This is a very simple thing to do as long as you follow the right procedures. Okay, now your ability to present the business properly and effectively, and to teach others the same skill will ultimately determine the growth and the size of your organization and the amount printed on your weekly commission checks. Okay? First, let's internalize the 3 reasons why you need to learn how to present. Okay? Before we even go into learning, let's say, why? Why are we doing this? Why is it so important? 1, so you can grow. Okay? You don't need anybody else to go with you. You have the tools and the skills necessary to expand your business base anytime, anywhere. Okay, you're not limited to the BOMs or the business opportunity meetings that we have in the hotels or in the offices. Okay, you can go anywhere you want. Okay, if you go, one thing nice about this business, many people have told me is, hey Joe, I was on vacation, I was outstation for 2 weeks, and while we were swimming, I met this guy at the pool bar, and he asked what I was doing and why I could take a vacation for a long time, and next thing I know, over a cup of coffee, I was presenting the business, and now I have somebody in Penang, or now I have somebody in the UK. In other words, it's something that you can do, anytime and anywhere. Okay. Now, if you don't know how to present the business, and you're swimming somewhere or whatever, playing bowling or playing golf, okay, and the guy just asks you, what are you doing? Can you show me? Is this profitable? And you don't know how to present. What are you going to do? Oh, can you come to KL? We have a weekly BOM. Oh, I can be there on Wednesday. Yeah, but our BOM is on Thursday. Can you come on Thursday instead? No, you show him right there. Hey, you have 30, 45 minutes. Let me show it to you. If you don't have 30, 45 minutes now, can we meet for coffee tomorrow? Okay, and right then and there, you can present to him the business. Okay, so he'll take you more seriously if you can explain the business properly. Okay, we took that up in the module yesterday. Now, another reason why you have to learn how to present, the second reason, is so you can help others grow. Okay, as you bring people into your organization, okay, and if you explain the business properly, okay, and effectively, believe me, you will get people to join in your organization. Okay, you will be surprised how many people out there are looking for a business base. You'll be surprised how many people are looking for a way to augment their income. Okay, because let's face it, inflation eats up most of everybody's income. Okay, all of us are mature here. We know what inflation is. Okay, there's so many people out there that are looking for another way, okay, to earn money for their families. Okay, pretty soon, if you present the business properly, people are going to start coming into your organization. As you refer people to Gold Quest and people turn on to the idea that, hey, there is another way to earn income, they're going to come in. However, they don't know how to make presentations. Do you remember the first day when you first joined? The day when you first joined? Did you know how to present the business? Okay. Did you know how to go to someone and present to them, you know, the opportunity that is Gold Quest? You didn't. But at the same time, you had a list of people that, oh, this guy, I know, if I present the business to him, you know, he's going to see this business opportunity. But you don't know how to do it. So what, you go to your leader, okay, you go to the guy who referred you into the business and ask him to help you. Okay? Now, if he doesn't help you, you're not going to be able to make your business grow. If you don't make your business grow and bring in your new referrals, you're going to get very discouraged. Okay? So that's very important. So let's say this is you, and you bring in Tom, and today it's Bob. Okay? Jeff went outstation. He's now in the UK, you know, bringing in new people to Gold Quest through the referral system. So today it's Bob. Okay, so let's say you bring in Tom and Bob. They're excited, but they know nothing about the business. All they know, all they've seen is this vision, okay, that if I build an organization properly, I'm going to make money, but they have absolutely no idea how to go about it. Okay? Now, if you spend 2 weeks in helping Tom and Bob get their first 2 or 3 directs, okay, Tom has his left, Tom has his right. If you spend 2 to 3 weeks assisting Tom and Bob, okay, again, I get some people assisting. You mean I have to spend time in this business? We've been over that, okay? This is a business where you have to pay the price, and part of that price is helping people out, okay? Now, if you spend 2 weeks helping them out, what happens? They get excited, okay, because their business is starting. Okay. What they saw on paper before is now happening under them in their organization. They see their genealogy report. Hey, I have my one on my left and I have one on my right. Then, if you spend the next 2 weeks helping their directs, bringing in their circle of influence, this is what happens now to the organization. Now you have 3 people on the left and 3 people on the right who are excited about the business. Tom is definitely excited. Bob is definitely excited. Okay, because now he has already 3. He has somebody helping him. He has a teammate. He has an associate that's willing to spend time helping him build his organization. So not only is he getting excited, but he's also getting confident in the business because it's happening. Okay? Not to neglect the fact that you now have qualified for your first step. That's also a very nice feature about this. Remember I was saying, forget about yourself. If you just spend time building your organization, okay, automatically the system, the computer, will compensate you. They're now also more ready to accept input, training, so they can make their business grow. Many times people come into this business with many of their own ideas. Okay, the traditional thinking that most people carry in. But as they start getting excited and moving and they see you helping them out, okay, you've earned the right to give input into their lives, to give input into their organization building. Okay, you're a teammate. Okay, you're not just somebody who wants to make money off of them. All right, you're now their business partner. You're now their associate. So now you've earned the right to come up to him and say, Jason, you know what? The other day you were doing this. You know, in this business it's better to do this because you've helped them out. Okay, now he listens to you because you're a teammate. On the other hand, now you have an organization. It's growing. If after 1 or 2 months you haven't helped them and they still have no directs, talking about Tom and Bob, your organization just basically disappears. Okay, you're left with just you, okay, and Tom and Bob on your left and right. That's it. Your organization has died even before it started. Okay? All of this happens when you help somebody grow. On the exact opposite side, all of this doesn't happen if you don't help them grow. You don't have an organization. You have Tom and Bob on your left and your right who are saying, oh, this business doesn't work. You know, I've tried it. And you'll be surprised, okay, but how many people think they have tried the business just because they purchased the coin? Okay, somebody came up to me in the office, and I was very touched by it. Somebody came up to me in the office and said, you know, I was at a party the other night, and somebody came up to me and said, you know, we were discussing business, and I asked him, what are you involved with? Oh, I'm involved with this company, and oh, it's like this. Like, he started saying all these really bad things about the company. Okay, oh, you know, this. And the guy said, I think you're talking about Gold Quest, because this guy's a TCO. Oh, yeah, you know about that company? Oh, that's not a good company, blah, 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 blah. And then he said, how long have you been in the business? Oh, I've been in 2 months. And, you know, nothing's happened. I said, then he said, have you, you know, gone to any of the training? What training? What do you mean, what training? You know, there's training programs on how to do the business. Have you ever gone out and tried to do the business? No, I don't have time to do this business. So the guy was saying, so how can you expect this business to work, you know, if you're not spending any time on it? You keep telling me how bad the business is. How do you know? And, you know, he discussed it, and the guy finally sat down. Yeah, you know, you're right. You know, I've never really given it a try, and blah, blah, blah. That's what's going to happen to Tom and Bob, your Tom and Bobs, if you don't help them out. After 1 or 2 months, they're going to start bad-mouthing you. They're going to start bad-mouthing the company. And don't forget, Gold Quest doesn't advertise. The only way Gold Quest advertises is through you and your referrals. Now, if you don't help them out, and they start talking bad about the company, who's it going to affect? You and us. Don't forget, we're partners in this endeavor. We're partners in this business. We can't survive without you guys. See? So that's what happens if you don't support your people. It's very, very important that you help people grow. Okay, that's very, very important. Gets them excited. They get to the point where they want to be trained, and they start looking at this business more seriously. Okay. Now, the third reason, and for me this is by far the most important reason, okay, is so that you can teach others how to present in this business. Okay? We all want an organization that looks like this. Can you imagine if you had an organization that multiplied that way? Can you imagine how much money you would have made, okay, the organization and the leaders you would have at that time? We all want an organization that looks like that, all right? Now, if you're the only one who knows how to present, what's going to happen to you? If you have an organization that looks like this, and you have a 500 on your left and 500 on your right, and you're the only one who knows how to present, you're going to be really, really tired. You know, you're going to lose your voice, okay? You're going to get sick, okay? You have to physically put yourself in front of 1,000 people. Okay, and if you're the only one who knows how to present, you're going to soon burn out. You all know what burnout is. Okay, many of us have experienced it in our jobs and our businesses. Okay, we just simply don't want to have anything to do with it anymore. Okay, if you get sick and take a rest, that's it. Okay, your organization doesn't grow. Oh, I have 3 friends that are very excited, but Joe went to play golf for 2 weeks. He went on a golfing vacation. Now nobody moves. Because I'm telling you, the true test of an organization, okay, is how does it grow even when you're not there. Okay? But we'll cover that a little bit later. Now, if you teach the 2 how to present, the 2 that you brought in, your Tom and Bobs, if you teach them how to present, now there will be 3 of you who know how to present. Right? How long will it take to teach 2 people how to present the business? How many have tried to teach somebody? How long does it take? Does it take very long? How long? 3 days? 1 week, 3 hours? Let's say 2 weeks. Is that a sufficient amount of time? 2 weeks to sit down with someone, go with him, make a presentation for him, give him a manual. 2 weeks to train 2 people. So that means now in 2 weeks, you have 3 people who know how to present the business. Then the 3 of you will teach the 4 how to present the business. Now there's 7 of you who know how to present. Now, will the 2 who you first taught how to present, will they also teach their people how to present? Why? Because that's what you did. Remember, you're the standard bearer of your network. You're the one that sets the culture. If that's what you do with them, they're going, hey, this is what Joe did with me, so this is what I'm going to do with you. I'm going to teach you how to present this business. Because during that teaching process, okay, of course you're going to be sharing with him. Tom, the reason that I'm teaching you, your success is, my success is dependent on your success. The more successful you are, the more successful I will be. So he'll probably get this, hanging around you every day for 1 or 2 weeks. Right? Remember I was saying, training doesn't mean that they have to sit here in a hall like this. Training happens when you're having coffee. So when you pass down that culture, that's the same culture they're going to be passing down. What I'm trying to say here is you're not the only one that's going to have to teach the 7 how to present. Remember, the power of a lot of people doing a small thing. Okay? That's what this business is about. Now, the 7 of you will teach the 8 how to present. Now, there's 15 of you who know how to present. Again, do you have to personally teach all of these 15? No, because now you have 7 associates that are going to help you do it. In other words, a lot of people doing a small thing. And so on, and so on, and so on, until finally, all of you know how to present the business. Now, you personally don't have to go out and teach 1,024. Everybody's going to help you do it. That's the culture that you've set. Now, can you imagine? Can you imagine having 500 on your right and 500 on your left, and all of these people know how to present? Do you think you'd be earning a few bucks? And everybody commits. Okay, everybody commits to presenting at least once a day. Now, is that too high a price to pay once a day to present the business? That's what, 30, 45 minutes? That's what happens when you teach people how to present. That's 1,000 bombs, 1,000 business previews happening under your organization a day. Somebody's getting cross-eyed here. Wow, that's what we all endeavor for. That's true. Even only a 2% success rate. That's still 10 on the left and 10 on the right. That's 2 steps a day. I don't know about you guys, but I could use an extra $100, $800 a day. Huh? That will buy a few golf balls. Or that's $800 US a day, or $4,000 a week, or 16,000 US a month. I wouldn't be able to finish all those. I couldn't hit that many golf balls in the water even if I tried. Now, don't you think that's a fair amount of money? Now, if you were to go out and to try and earn that by yourself, very difficult. Not impossible, but very difficult. But if through the process of teaching, okay, even if you say 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks for the 2, 2 weeks for the 4, 2 weeks for the 8, you count the time. And you will see that if you teach properly, that over a period of 3, 4, 5 months, you have a sizable organization under you, not of deadbeats, not of people, not the type of organization that's going to sit here and wait for you to do something. But after 3, 4, 5 months, you'll have an organization that's vibrant, people are excited. Why? Because they're confident. They know how to do the business. They know how to do it themselves. Remember, this is a nurturing business, and one of the things that you have to nurture and teach, okay, is the art of making a presentation properly. Again, not very difficult. And this nurturing will cost you. It'll cost you time. Remember I said, this is not going to happen in 1 week. It'll cost you money, and it'll cost you effort. How many know it's not easy to teach? It's not. It's going to cost you effort. Many times you'll get into an argument with your pupil. I've had many people come up to me as I'm trying to teach them how to present the business. Oh, I think this is a better way. Oh, I think this is... I said, have you ever brought in a direct referral? Well, actually, no, not yet. I just started in the business. I'm like, I've been doing this for 10 years. Ranjit's been doing this for 10 years. Listen to us. We want to teach you. Sometimes it gets very frustrating. But, like we all know, it definitely pays. There's there's a lot of evidence in this room of that. Okay, so it's something that costs a lot, but it pays a lot. Now the only question here is, are you willing to pay the price for success? Many people like all the trimmings, okay, but they're not willing to pay the price. One of the prices that you have to pay is getting your feet dirty in the soil and sitting down, training somebody on a daily basis. The first price you must be willing to present is to pay is to teach people how to present. Your ability to present, your personal ability to present will enable you to go down 10 to 12 generations deep into your organization. You'll be able to help Tom and Bob, and you'll be able to help their directs and their directs. But you can only go so far because you only have one body. Although some of us here look like we have two. Okay? What I'm trying to say is, you can only be in one place at one time. Okay? Now the only way to expand your business rate is to teach others how to present. Teaching others how to present will enable you to grow into a global concern with thousands of generations. Like I was saying in the illustration. That 1,024, are those people all going to be in KL? No. Some of them will be in Singapore, and then in Indonesia, and then in Thailand, and then in in the UK, and then in the United States. We have somebody here, it's so funny, I found it so cute. Yesterday they were sitting in a group, and I was like, I wonder what they're doing, what's their link? And then all of a sudden, Isa comes up to me and goes, I didn't even know these people from Thailand were under my organization. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. If you just keep teaching people, pretty soon you're going to meet people and say, hey, Jason, I'm in your organization. I live in California, but I'm under your organization. Okay, all of this happens because you teach people. That's what I meant the other night, and I was so excited about us, saying the world is ours, it's there for the taking, but we got to pay the price. The world is there for us to take. We can have the world under you in your organization. You can have an organization that goes way out into the United States, into the UK. But the first thing, skill that you have to teach them how to present. Because for you to get somebody in the UK, somebody has to sit down and present the business to them. It's the basic skill. Master your presentation skills. Not saying learn it. I'm saying master it. Okay, master your presentation skills. Know it like the back of your hand. How many here can present in their sleep? I can. You just put a pen and paper in front of me and you're in Gold Quest. Master the skills. Master every aspect of the presentation. Don't just know it. There's a difference between knowing something and mastering it. Remember, the more you know, the more you've mastered this business, the more you can teach. Okay, and by far, for me, that's the most important reason why you have to learn how to present, so you can teach others. Your growth is only, so far. But you teaching others how to present, that's what's going to make you grow global. So if you, Joe, it's so hard, I don't want, well, if you want to have a global business, then you have to learn how to present. And you have to teach others. Now the reason why, the third reason is so important is because how can you possibly teach somebody how to present if you yourself don't know how? Many people, oh, you have to attend the how to present seminar. Oh, you have to, what about you? Do you know how to present? No, I can't. I'm too busy for that. Set the culture. Set the tone right. When you master this, when you become very, very good at it, people want to learn from you. They will come to you and say, please, Jason, you're so good at presenting. Teach me how to do it. I want to be able to present like you. That's so important, okay? So these are the 3 reasons why. So you can grow, so you can help others grow, and so you can teach others how to present this business. Now, before you actually make a presentation, okay, there's a lot of preparation to be done. Okay, you must set it up properly. Okay, now when I say before you make a presentation, I'm talking about to a person. I'm not talking about before you make a presentation to 1,000 people. Remember, before you get to that stage, if you ever want to do it, you have to start presenting to your friends, to your relatives. Okay, you must set it up properly. Okay, you don't just walk up to someone and blah, 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 you know, start firing from the hip. Okay, how many husbands do we have here? I mean, you all remember the day when you proposed to your wife? You don't have a wife yet. Did you just walk up to her in her office or, you know, wherever she was and just say, marry me now? Is that the way you proposed? This wife's going, my husband, that's how he proposed. No. You know, you asked her out on a date, took her out to a formal restaurant, bought some flowers, you know, had the ring, treated her, you know, you went to the restaurant and actually looked at the food this time. The food on the menu, you know, and said, order anything you want. And your voice cracked only a little bit. And she orders the food, and, you know, maybe if there's violin players, they come and play violin. You see what I'm saying? And, you know, and then you pop the question. You know, some people do it, you know, kneeling down. Some people do it swinging from a trapeze. You know, or whatever it is. Okay, you don't just walk up to a lady and say, "Marry me." No, you know, you have to set it up properly. Now, when I say set it up properly, I'm talking about the right time and the right place. You see what I'm saying? I mean, you know, you don't skydive with your girlfriend and when you're falling, you know, 10,000 feet. Oh yeah, by the way, you want to marry me? You know what I'm saying? It's not the right time to propose. You know, or if she's driving, you know, and then she gets bumped and there's policeman here and, you know, and then she's getting hassled with the ticket and the summons and you're there. Oh yeah, by the way, I want to get married. Right time and right place. If you expect results from your presentation to someone, you have to set it up. Now, imagine, remember I said I was going to step on a few toes? Imagine you're at a party, merrymaking with friends, and this hyper-excited, drooling, presentation kit-toting gentleman grabs you by the arm, sits you down, and attempts to explain the business to you and get you to join him in his business. And you're at a children's party, there's 65,000 children, there's balloons and clowns and cake flying around. And there's this guy going, come here. You know what I'm saying? Some of them are going, I've done that before. Yeah, Joe's talking about me. And we've all done that. I've done that. Okay, so please don't be embarrassed. I've done that. I don't do it anymore. Okay, that's the important thing. Okay, now it's something I can laugh about. And believe me, it's something they laugh about also. Yeah, you're the guy that was drooling at that children's party. I remember you. But anyway, if a guy like this grabs you by the arm, sits you down, slams you down on a table, right, and, you know, starts putting all these projections and business plans in your face, will you be 100% receptive? Why not? Huh? Atmosphere, exactly. You are in party mode, not in business mode. You're there to go to a party, you're there to, you know, enjoy with your children, or if it's an adult's party, you know, with your friends. You're not in business mode. Okay, and that's the reason why people aren't receptive. It's not, like you said, atmosphere. That's very, very important. As a matter of fact, if this guy did this to you, you probably wouldn't just ignore him. Right? You'd probably be totally turned off to this business. Right? Why? Why would you be totally turned off? Because as this guy's rattling away, spitting in your face, you know, all his excitement, you're sitting there going, I don't care how much money this guy makes. I don't want to be like this guy. Right? That's what you're going to think. That's what you're going to think. Now, of course, we're all fanatics. Yeah, but Joe, I want to tell the whole world. Yeah, but we have to be cool about it. You have to be cool. Sometimes people will ask you, yeah, Jason, hi. Because inevitably somebody will introduce you to someone. So, Jason, what do you do? Like I said, you don't just, well, I'm here at GQI and, blah, blah. No, you play it cool. Hey, I'm in a company where we retail gold coin products. Oh, really? What is that? Is it a profitable business? Well, yes. Actually, it is. And, it's something I've just recently been involved in, and I'm very successful in it. Or, I'm very excited about the prospects. What's this about? Many people, here it is. No, not there. You just say, well, it's a party. I don't think you're in the mood to listen. If you're really, really interested, remember the business card? Okay, here's you don't get, a napkin with a clown's face on it and call me here. Okay. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't, here's a guy retailing gold products and building a global organization. And by the way, my number's right next to the clown's ear. Okay. No, take out your business card and say, this is my business card. Can I have yours? Will you give me your call, or is it better if I give you a call and let's sit down if you really want to know about the business? Cool. Okay, that's how you want to be. You don't want to be some drooling fanatic in a party that from now on everybody will avoid. Okay, because it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Okay, you have to be almost nonchalant. Okay, with the way you present this business. Okay, because like I said, people don't want to be forced into a situation. At least that's the way I do it. I like to sit down and make, a business presentation in an effective way. Okay, and part of being effective for me is not getting too excited, not getting all, pulling her hair out of her head when you're presenting to her. Okay, because, when you get too excited, all the hype comes in, and I don't know, that's not the way I want to teach people how to present. I'm so confident of the plan that GQI has that if you present it properly, a person will get turned on into this business. Okay? You should avoid trying to present the business in these places or situations. Like we discussed earlier, parties. Okay? Don't present at parties. Resist the temptation. You will probably end up turning the person off. Just get his name card or give him yours and say, let me call you in 2 or 3 days. I'm a bit busy because I'm seeing a lot of people. I'll call you in 2 or 3 days and let's sit down over a cup of coffee. Okay? Avoid giving presentations during lunch breaks. Okay? Many times you will get the invitation to present the business to a lot of people in their office during their lunch breaks. And I get this a lot, especially now not so much because people know I won't do it. But in the beginning when I first started in this industry, oh Joe, there's 1,000 people in my company. If you just go there, we get a giant whiteboard. Even if only 5 people come in, we got it made. Makes sense, right? I mean, it sounds right. Wow, there's 1,000 people. If only 10 sign up. You see what I'm saying? It seems to make sense. But experience has proven that this doesn't work. Believe me, it doesn't work. I've tried it many, many times. I don't do it anymore. But early in my career in this industry, because you get excited. Oh my gosh, 1,000 people. But it doesn't work. Okay, and let's examine why doesn't it work. During lunch break, what do people want to do? Eat lunch and take a rest, right? They're not in business mode, right? They're in lunch mode, if there is such a thing. Or they're in resting mode because they want to get ready for the long afternoon, okay? In the Philippines, I don't know how it is here, but in the Philippines, you'll see people actually sleeping at their desks. They'll grab a quick lunch for, 10, 15, 20 minutes, and then they'll sleep for half an hour. Okay, partly because of the traffic. I mean, some people to get to office by 8:30, they have to leave their house at 5:30 or 6 o'clock. And to leave the house at 5:30, 6 o'clock, what time do you have to wake up? 4 o'clock, because you have to prepare. You don't just walk out of the house. So this is part of the reason why. Okay, so people are not expecting you to make a presentation because they only want to eat lunch. And you're greatly outnumbered and have very little support. You come in, can you imagine, You come into a place like this, in a cafeteria or an eating place, and there's 100 people or 50 people, and you're the only one that's excited about the business. And you're there with your little whiteboard, scribbling away, trying to talk to people who don't really want to listen to you. They're, they're eating their nasi goreng and their roti canai or whatever it is. And here you are getting all excited about this opportunity. All of them will probably be turned off. If not all, most will probably just be turned off. Again, for the same reason. They're going to be look at this guy. Man, I don't care how much he makes. I don't want to be like this guy. Right? So they think to themselves, I can't do it or I don't want to do it. If at all, somehow you'll get the crowd to listen, all it will take is one heckler and skeptic. And believe me, there are always these types. Right or wrong? There will always be one or two. And they know everything about the industry. I mean, they've never been involved. They've never done any business of this sort, but they know everything. And their opinions are always so ignorant. Why are the coins round? Why do you use circles in your presentation? Because the coins are round. That's why they make the coins round. 99% of the people listening will side with their colleague, not with you. You're the new kid. You're the new guy. You're the one they don't know. Because of these few people that are skeptical, they're going to side, oh yeah, this guy's my buddy. Or this guy is the manager. Or this guy, he should know about this business. And they will side with him. They're not going to side with you. And to make it worse, even the one who probably invited you will side with his colleagues. Has that ever happened to you? Somebody invited me many, many times. Somebody invites me to an office, and I'm there ready. I even had one of these whiteboards with a stand. I thought I was so pro. And I'm there, blah, 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 blah. And then people start, questioning, and pretty soon it's a mob. And then the guy who invited you, who was seated next to you, all of a sudden is pushing the chair away. Right? And he's now sitting with this, yeah, Joe. And I'm like, hey, wait a minute, you're supposed to be with me. These are your people I want to talk to. And you're left standing alone. And that's the worst thing to happen. That can happen to you. You're left standing alone by yourself, holding your whiteboard marker, and your wrist is really limp. In fact, you're probably thinking, I wish I was in Mexico right now, under a coconut tree. I mean, you want to be out of there right now. And if by some miracle, someone in the crowd did see the business opportunity, right? One guy, oh God, these guys are so stupid. Can't they see that this is so good? If by some miracle you're able to get through to one person, he'll probably say to himself, I can't or don't want to do what he's doing. Because if that's what it takes to make it in this business, I'd rather not enter. I mean, how many people woke up this morning with the thought in their mind, I want to stand in front of an angry mob ridiculing every word that I speak? How many woke up with that thought today? Nobody likes to be in front of people, being fired questions that he can't answer. Or maybe, even if you can answer them, it's never good enough. The way to do this, if someone wants to bring in his colleagues in an office, is as follows. Okay? First, you tell your friend, let's just talk to one or two of your office mates. Okay, let's not talk to everybody in the whole floor and the whole office. Let's talk to one or two of your closest friends. Your circle of influence. In other words, people who will trust you. People who will trust you, that when you tell them, hey, you know, a friend of mine is going to come over and talk to you about this business. Okay, let's go over to the McDonald's next door. And start with them. You start with the 1 or 2 people. That's it. Okay? Then, when these 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, whatever his circle of influence is, when they're already TCOs, okay, and if you present the business properly to them, they probably will be TCOs. If you present the business and answer their objections properly. Then you meet with their friends, their circle of influence. Okay? Remember the diagram that we showed. Okay, the 4, the 16. Okay, first you get 2, 3, 4 people. You get them excited first. And then you start meeting with their friends. Sometimes you'll meet in groups of 3, sometimes 2, but you'll probably have to be going back, you know, a good 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Okay, now pretty soon you'll have a group of about maybe 10, 15 people in that organization. Okay? Soon the group will grow. Then you will eventually be able to have big meetings. Because now when you have 10, 15 people and everybody invites 2 or 3, now you're going to tell them, look, I can't keep coming back here, you know, 30 times a day. Okay, let's go to the conference room, or you know, you take out you go to a room or a restaurant where you can meet with 20, 30 people, so that you can, you know, literally kill all the birds with one stone. Okay, but now, okay, since there's already TCOs in the office with you, you're not alone anymore. You see what I'm saying? Now, if there's somebody in the crowd who heckles, you're going to have 15, 20 people telling you, no, you know why? They'll be fighting for each other to be able to give the answer. Has this ever happened to you? And when I started doing it right, this is what happened. So I've experienced this also, fortunately, thank God, where people actually stand up with you. And then pretty soon, people are going to turn against this guy. Yeah, shut up. Can't you see that this is great? All our colleagues are in already. Because these people sitting there trust somebody among those people that are supporting you. So pretty soon you will have that crowd in the office, but it's not going to happen in one fell swoop. You have to work for it. You have to, you know, keep going back, keep going back. Another situation to avoid. This you also get a lot, I'm sure, is meeting at a Rotary Club meeting or a Lions Club meeting, you know, or any meeting of the sort, Toastmasters, you know, organizations that meet once a month. Some churches meet once a month, bike clubs, I don't know, health organization, something. So somebody comes, oh, you know what? I'm the general chairman, CEO, managing director, senior chairman of the board of this organization. So if you come over there, all of them are going to sign up. All of them are going to see this business and come in and join GQI. And of course, you, being very excited, will go there and present. Now, are these people in business mode? They're there to meet regarding their business, regarding the business affairs of that organization. They're not in business mode. Many, many times, the same thing that happened to you during the office presentation will happen to you there also. I know. I've done that many times. Okay? And again, the guy who invited you will turn against you also and side with his colleagues. He doesn't want to be embarrassed. You, when you leave, you're not going to see these people again. He has to deal with them every day, every week, every month. So he's not going to side with you. He's going to side with them. Okay, so avoid situations like that. Again, do the same thing. If you really want to bring in the whole club, look, let's talk to 2 or 3 of your associates that, you know, that you have a certain influence over, and let's sit down and talk to them first. And then the multiplication will follow. I'm not saying that you can't get the whole Lions Club or the whole office, but you have to do it one step at a time. Okay? Always remember, it doesn't mean that because you can speak to a large group that it means they will all respond positively. Doesn't mean that. I would rather talk to 1 or 2 people who at the end of the hour or hour and a half are drooling with the prospects of a global business that they can build, together with you, and can't sleep that night, than 1,000 people who are there. Yeah, I wish this guy is finished already so I can go. I'd rather have one or two. It will be more effective and efficient for you if you present it with 2 people and they have the vision, as opposed to speaking to a group of 30 and no one who will participate. Another place to avoid is someone's office. Again, you'll hear this many times. Oh, just come over to my office. Come here. When you're in someone's office, whose business is he concerned about? Yours or his? Especially, never mind Joe, I can go to his office because he's the owner, he's the manager. That's even worse. Can you imagine sitting here, you know what, Mr. Smith, in Gold Coast, blah, 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 and after building, you know how much you're going to own? The phone is, hold on, Joe. Yeah, I told you to deliver that shipment. Tell the bank that we're never going to deal with it. Bam. What were you saying? Nothing. I'll come back later. That's happened to me too. Many times. Or you're presenting to someone, just come to my office anyway, my boss is hardly ever here. And you're there in his office, come on, hurry up, what's it doing? And oh my gosh, the boss is coming in, sweep everything in. You're my client. Oh yes, and has that ever happened to you? It's happened to me. Oh yeah, I'm very interested in your program. Oh yes, and then when the boss leaves, oh yeah, I forgot. Hey, we better do this outside. You should have done that in the first place. So avoid going to someone's office. And the reason I keep telling you where to avoid, because I know what it's like to sit here and have the dream, and you want to get on every rooftop and shout. You have to avoid it. You have to be effective. You have to be effective when you present this business. The reason I keep talking about what to avoid is I know you guys. Jason, how many of you know Jason? This guy will present to anything that moves. He's so excited about this business. Anything that breathes. Oh, wait, Joe, hold on. But hey, that's one of the reasons he's so successful. If the prospects suggested that you meet him at his office, invite him to a nearby coffee shop or cafeteria or restaurant, because there's always one around. In the building, there's a cafeteria, canteen, or coffee shop, or a hotel, or a McDonald's, or a KFC. There's always one around. Invite him there for a cup of coffee and then make your presentation there. Okay? Yeah, Jason, come to my office. We can talk here, blah, blah, blah. Go to his office and say, Joe, look, it's busy here. Why don't we just go 30, 45 minutes. I'll treat you to a cup of coffee and you just listen. Because if not, we're never going to be able to concentrate, and you might miss the opportunity. You might miss the prospects of this business. I want you to be able to devote time to it. So invite him out. You mean I have to spend for a cup of coffee? What if he doesn't sign up? What if he doesn't decide to join the business? Well, that depends on you. How well can you present it? Because, I'll tell you, I've had many, many people come up to me after I present the business to them, or somebody somebody presented this business to me a month ago. And I never even saw it the way you presented it. Now I'm ready to join. It's a big deal how you present the business. Don't take it lightly. Setting up your meeting properly at the right time and the right place simply means any place when you can have his undivided attention for 45 minutes to an hour 15, depending on how many questions he asks. That's the right time and the right place. And also, he has to know that he's coming in to meet with you because of business. Okay? I've had many, many people, because another way to invite people to listen to a presentation is to the house. Hey, come to my house. This is also, by the way, another this is not on it. You just take notes on it. Is, have a little party. Invite some people to your house. Hey, I'm having a little business meeting at my house. Why don't you just come over? Some associates and I are going to be discussing some business. Just have some coffee and cake. And anyway, no obligation. Just come listen. If you don't like it, the worst that can happen is you had some cake and coffee. Let them know they're coming to have business. Because I have been invited. Joe, man, remember me? I haven't seen you in a while. Why don't you come to the house? I'm having a party with some of the buddies and, people we haven't seen. I'm like, oh, okay, I got nothing to do, I'll go. And then when I go there, there's these posters all over the place, banners, and, I'm walking in the door, they're thrusting the demo unit at me, and, you get offended. Man, I thought this guy wanted to fellowship with me. I wish he would have just told me, Joe, can you come here? I'm always interested in a business. He should have just come straight forward. To let them know you're going to discuss business. When you call up somebody, hey, your office is nearby mine. We haven't seen each other in a long time. Oh, I really want to get to see. Why don't we sit and have coffee? And you walk up to him, you have a gold coin on your forehead, you have a gold coin here, you have gold watch. You have your laptop with you. People get offended. The guy will probably tell you, Joe, you should have just told me you wanted to discuss business. Hey, I'm looking. How many people do you know would love to have a business? Everyone wants to have a business. So let them know. So the right time is in the right place is any place where you can get them to sit down with their undivided attention focused only on you, and they know that they're going to discuss a business. That's the right time. It can be anywhere. Except parties, offices, lunch breaks, wakes, funerals. Okay, that's also another one. Hey, I haven't done that. Okay, but I've seen people do it. And I'm there pulling them away. Come on. And they're, no, Joe, this is, no, wait. It's another one to avoid. Good places are restaurants. Pizza Hut, KFC, McDonald's. Your house. Okay, don't go to the person's house. It's very difficult. Because in his house, he's the king. Right? You don't tell me what's good, I say what's good. Neutral ground. Okay? Like I said, a small party is very good. A small party is very good. Now, of course, at the parties, okay, don't go out and, serve a buffet that will make a king proud. You know why? Because everybody eats, and then when they have 10,000 calories of carbohydrates and another 10,000 of protein, and they're sitting there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, what's this gold quest? I don't know about gold coins, but I could use an anti-acid. Do you have some Alka-Seltzer? And besides, the person that you're presenting the business to is thinking, wow, this guy Jason can set out a spread like this, but I cannot. No, really, I cannot. I can't succeed in this business because I don't have the money to be able to set a 10-course meal. Remember, duplicability. That's why I always stress, just have coffee, cakes, tea, biscuits. Really. Those are the most effective ones. Because somebody comes into your house, you're showing him the business, he's watching, he's observing. He's not only looking at the plan. Okay, because any dodo will know that this plan is good. You know what I'm saying? Aren't all the dodos in this room, including me, of the same opinion? Anybody can see that this business is profitable. But people will look, sit back, after you make, can I do this? Can I actually do this business? They're going to look at you, wow, I can't set out a, 10-course meal every day. I can't afford it. But if you're there with your tea and your cakes and you're presenting the business with a little whiteboard, to 3-4 people in the house, then people look and say, hey, I can do this. People look at you and you're presenting, you're having fun, you're presenting, you're all excited. They're going to look at you, wow, look at Jason, he's really excited. Me, I'm like, man, I'm looking for the day where I don't have to go to my job anymore. And here's a guy who's bubbling with excitement, and he's here doing his business in his house, having tea and cakes. This I can do. This I can see myself doing. That's the image you want to project when you're presenting the business to someone. Hey, don't you want to be doing what I'm doing? Okay, so it's very, very important. These are little intangibles, okay, that you pick up as you go along. But it's very important. You don't want to do something, that's why you should try and be as simple as you possibly can. Okay, we'll discuss that a little bit later when, how to go to a meeting. One way to make sure that you set up your presentation properly is to make an appointment. Okay, don't just ambush somebody in his office. Don't just walk up to somebody, it's 7 o'clock in the morning, you're knocking in his bedroom. Hey, Joe, you awake? Got something to show you, pal. My laptop doesn't fit under the door. No. Make an appointment. Okay? And 99% of the time, or 95% of the time, most of the appointments will be set by phone. Okay, you'll probably call a person up, right? Hey, Jason, I haven't seen you in a while. I thought about you. I'm involved in this business. Blah, blah, blah. Can I go meet with you? Usually, it's set up by the phone. Okay, now, the do's and don'ts of phone use. Don't use the phone in the bathtub. No, I was just kidding. Never try and do your presentation over the phone. Never. Okay? Let me define never for you. Never. Don't ever attempt it. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. I feel I'm a pretty good presenter of the business already. I still can't present the business over the phone. I don't know anyone that has succeeded presenting the business over the phone. Use the phone only to set the appointment. Okay? You don't want to show him the whole, let's face it, how do you show the business plan over the phone? How do you show the aspects of the left and right, and how do you show the Olympic set over the phone? It just doesn't happen. And most important, how do you show your conviction? How do you show that over the phone? Never give half presentations on the phone. In fact, when I'm talking on the phone, all I do is just say, Jason, I want to see you. I'm involved in a new business. Can I just show it to you? Don't say anything. Not because I'm ashamed of the business. As you can see on the phone, it's so easy to cut you off. Right? If somewhere during the conversation, okay, he gets, by the way, my wife's giving birth. Goodbye. Joe, this is really good, but my house is on fire. Bye. It's easy to cut you off on the phone. Some people just hang up. The phone line got cut. Over the phone, you do not want to satisfy curiosity. You just want to arouse it. You just want to get the guy curious. What is it that Joe's trying to show me? That's all you want to do. You don't want to do the business presentation on the phone. You don't want to do anything over the phone except invite him to view a business. That's it. You don't talk about Cold Quest. You don't talk about the Olympics. You don't talk about the coins. You don't talk about the plan. Because believe me, the moment you give one detail, that's it. He's going to force you to give up all the others. And remember, all you want to do is arouse curiosity. Here's a suggested dialogue or suggested invitation. I find it works for me. Okay? I just call up the guy and I say, hi, Bob. Of course, if his name is Jeff, I say, hi, Jeff. I'm calling because I'd like to make an appointment with you. Of course, Bob says, sure, what's it about? right? That's the first thing they're going to ask you. What are we going to see each other about? I'm involved in a new business. Isn't it true? I'm involved. Always speak the truth. You only have one name. Okay, speak the truth. I'm involved in a new business. I would like to show it to you. You might be interested in it. Yeah, but what's it about? Because people will keep asking. And just explain. I can't explain over the phone because it involves a lot of computations and visuals. And I can't do justice to it over the phone. Isn't that the truth? It involves computations, it involves visuals. I can't show it to you over the phone. You probably won't see the opportunity. I won't be able to do justice. It's sayang if I do it over the phone. Okay, but what's it about? Right? I mean, people are persistent. They want to know. And it's his right to know. Don't get angry. But resist the temptation to answer questions, because when you answer one, it just opens the door to more questions. The moment you answer one question, oh yeah, really? Gold coins? What about the gold coins? Oh yeah, are these the... Just more and more and more and more questions. Please, as I've pointed out, I can't explain it well over the phone. You might not see the full impact of this business. This is actually what I say. Then you make sure and explain that there are no obligations on his part. You might not see the full impact of this business profitability. Look, Bob, or Jeff, all I need is about 30 to 45 minutes. Anyway, there's no obligation on your part. If you don't like the business, if you don't see the opportunity, you don't have to get involved. Let's meet for some coffee and cake, my treat. And if you don't like it, then don't get involved. What can you lose? What if they? How do you know you're going to be talking to them about a company? The question is, what if they ask for a name? Okay. I still avoid it. I avoid, personally, I don't know about you guys. Me personally, I avoid giving any details. And I say the same thing. Bob, if I answer one question, it's going to go into another one, and it's going to go into another one. We'll end up on the phone for 30 minutes. I just keep being really persistent about it. Look, I can't explain it over the phone. That's me personally. Some of you might succeed with other things. I'm just saying, I just refuse.
This is the right one.
And I just say, thank you. And I just say, look, there's nothing to lose. Anyway, no obligations on your part. Let's have some coffee and cake. What coffee shop do you like? Let's go. And the worst thing that can happen is you've had a cup of coffee. Nobody can resist something like that. Make it as easy for him. See, the reason I say to make sure there are no obligations, and make sure to point out there are no obligations, is because once somebody has an exit clause, then he's more comfortable. Then his defenses go down. You see what I'm saying? Then he's more open. Because many, many times, people don't see the business opportunity simply because their walls are up. Okay? And if they know that there's no obligation, okay, what can I lose? Anyway, everybody wants to do business. Okay? So that's the reason why. Okay? You don't want to give away anything on the phone. Okay? Now when you say that, anyway, there's nothing for you to lose. You know, the worst thing that can happen, you have a cup of coffee and cake. Usually by this time, there's silence on the phone, correct? Well, then say, come on, you have nothing to lose. But I really think you can make money in this, some serious money here. Which is the truth. Because if you didn't think he could make money, you wouldn't be calling him. Remember, the key to an effective presentation is making sure that you cover what's in it for him. Right? You don't want to call this person to be looking at your volume, your income. No, you call this person because, hey, Bob, I really think you can make it in this business. I think you can make some really serious money here. And usually when you say that to someone, they're like, yeah, really? Why? What's it about? Then he goes back to that question. Look, Bob, come on. When's better for you? Tuesday afternoon or Wednesday lunch? Always give 2 dates. Give 2 times. What's better? Tuesday afternoon, Wednesday lunch, or Thursday lunch? I mean, nobody's that busy. Man, one time I was giving the seminar and somebody was like, Joe, why I can't, every time he's so busy, I can't get to see him. I'm like, man, the president isn't this busy. So give him options. You want to meet for breakfast on Monday? That way, we get it off the table right away. Or is Tuesday lunch better for you? This is while he's thinking about it. Just sneak in the little, I really think you can make some serious money here. Everybody, what? Oh, really? Why? What's it about? Come on, Bob, look. What's better for you, Tuesday or Wednesday? Then you'll see. Remember, don't give away the cattle and the farm on the phone. Okay? You just want to arouse curiosity. Then Bob's going, well, I really don't know. Right? Some people say yes, some people say, well, Joe, I don't know. Then you say, well, you really won't know until you see it for yourself. I'm telling you, Bob, you don't want to pass this up. What's better for you, Tuesday or Wednesday? Just be direct, just be simple with your approach. Okay? But I find this works. Most people can't resist. Most people are like, well, okay, I just want to see what this is about. Anyway, there's no obligations. Very important. Let the person know that there are no obligations on his part. I mean, some people have tried that on me. Joe, before we start this meeting, can you sign here? I'm like, excuse me? Fix a time and go see Bob. Okay, so just go on the phone, set the appointment, simple conversation. Don't give away the cattle and the farm on the phone, and make sure that he's curious about what you're doing. Oh, Joe, is this one of those, things that I see on the net? Look, if I answer your question, you're going to ask another one, and we're going to be here an hour on the phone. Just deflect all the time, deflect. And again, okay, because somebody told me once, Joe, why, are you ashamed to talk about your business on the phone? No, I'm not. I'm proud of what I'm doing. I happen to think this is one of the best plans on the planet. And thank you.